Welcome to the Darkstream. VoxDay, VoxDay.blogspot.com, and the Daily Meme Wars. Infogalactic too, of course. Thanks to all of you who signed up for the Meme Wars. I think it was a modest success today. When I well, I actually got some sent out today. People who joined in the morning actually did receive the first daily meme. It was intentionally not one that was designed to capitalize on the stuff that people are most interested in at the moment, because we wanted to get a measure, an idea for how people would use it. This is new. This is a new idea. We just got it. We had the idea yesterday. I bounced it off the blog. They liked it. I bounced it off you guys. You liked it, and we did it, and it worked well. But this is just the beginning. Frankly, the numbers that we had in terms of the impressions and retweets and stuff, they were good, but they were actually dwarfed by the meme the day before that I had put out that went a little bit viral. Not big viral, but went modestly viral. And so what that tells me is that we're onto something, but we need to big it up. We need to grow it. We need to get to the point. Think about it. Right now, we're at the point with 1,200 people. Obviously, not everyone is going to get it, retweet it. Although I have to say, compared to some of the other mailings that we do for Castalia House with new releases and stuff, the opens and the clicks were off the charts. They were phenomenal. And so that means that you guys are doing it. You guys are actively engaged, and that means that the concept works. And the concept works well. It's just that right now what we have is a microcosm of what we can do and what we will do as it grows. Come on. 1,200 people the first day. That was literally day one. And so that means that we are going to grow this and increase this significantly, which means that when we get to that point, once we get to 10,000, once we get to 25,000, that's when you're going to start seeing the really effective results, and that's when it becomes a really effective weapon for fighting back against the media narrative, because that's the point. The whole point is that memes are capable of breaking the media narrative. Okay? Memes are capable of shattering the daily narrative, the media cycle that they create. And so, and this is something that Mike teaches. Mike Cernovich teaches this. It's in, where is it? I have his book somewhere. MAGA Mindset. Here it is. So, this is a really small book, very, very small book, but it has, it's really power-packed in terms of explaining how the media works and explaining how the media cycle works and how you can affect it, how you can even drive it. Mike is so effective. I don't know if you saw his recent Periscope, but he's actually got multiple authors from the Council on Foreign Relations trying to combat what he's able to do, the stories he's able to break, and that sort of stuff. So what we're doing is different. What we're doing is, we're not taking on the deep state or anything. We're taking on the media narrative, the superficial stories and the media cycle that they drive in order to brainwash people with their propaganda and to influence people with their propaganda. And so, this is a very important thing, and this is going to be an extremely important and useful thing. And so I hope that, if you're a member of the Daily Meme Wars, I hope that you will, keep, retweeting the memes and putting them out there on your own and that sort of stuff. If we get separated from, that's the thing. You have to be in touch with them. You have to be in touch with the normies. That's what makes this powerful. That's why the media is so upset about the Pneumatic Warfare. So, everybody, the difference is, for example, in fact, I was talking to Andrew Torba about this today. At this point in time, it doesn't make sense to focus it on Gab. It's not a bad thing. I put it up on Gab, but Gab is mostly for internal communication. Twitter is still enemy territory. So to go on the offense, you have to go into the enemy territory. And that's why the mailing list is absolutely key, because they can't shut that down. They can't shut down the ability to communicate internally. They can only shut down if you're using their method of communication. Think about it. They could, let's say, just for kicks, that Twitter went and shut down every single individual who is a member of Daily Meme Wars. They won't, but let's say that they sorted it out, took the time to track everybody down and do that. How long would it take us to recreate the entire operation? How long would it take us? Yeah, maybe half an hour. It wouldn't take us days, because all that would be required would be each person creating a new Twitter account. Everybody does that. Email goes out. Bam. It's all on there. They cannot shut it down without shutting down their own service. They can't do anything about it without cutting their own throats. Well, yeah, obviously, if you're too lazy to create a new new account, what are the chances that you're actually doing anything with the memes that you're getting in the mail? So, I don't understand what you mean verify with phone. That's not important, because we don't care. They can go ahead and infiltrate it all they want. What good does it do them? Hey, guess what? This meme is coming. If you've gotten the email, then you already know that it's already on there, because it's already there. That's the main thing that people clicked, was the original. So, anyhow, the thing is that, and the main thing is, we're not doing anything that's against their policies. Nothing. They don't even have a excuse to do that, other than some of their friends in the media don't like it. I'm not going to be stupid. We're not going to be putting, a lot of the memes that we're going to use are going to be memes that are already on Twitter, that are possibly already popular on Twitter. People have been sending me some different memes, and some of them I just tell them flat out, no, there's no chance we will ever use this. It's grotesque, it's violent, it's all these things. Some of them are good, some of them are not, but we're not going to use anything. You know, the key is to focus on breaking the mainstream media narratives, not not doing anything, not doing things just to be shocking or attention grabbing and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. It is a step away from edgelord, because this is something that we are intentionally, virally infecting the normies with. And that's why it's effective. You can't break the media narrative. You cannot break the media narrative by operating outside. You have to be in the same space. You have to be in the same communication space with your counter signal. Because, and so what they're doing is they're betting on their infrastructure. They're betting on they're betting on the fact that they think that they can drown it out, but they can't drown it out. It's basically like trying to punch water. They can punch all they want. The water is just going to continue to flow. And so that's awesome. So I mean, this is what we're doing here. Just so you understand, this is just straight up Gamergate. This is what we did with Gamergate, and it was fun. It is fun. I mean, I'm just happy getting to get back on the horse again, and I was talking to some of the old school guys and girls that were around with Gamergate, and they're like, "Man, this seems familiar," and so and it is. And the result is going to be the same. The gawkers of the world are going to go away. Yeah, it's another movement that I'm not leading. But that's the thing. I'm totally irrelevant to it. You don't need me to make the memes. You don't need me to send out the emails. Once the design is out there, it's there. And so, I mean, you're right. This time, it's all journalism. It was just game journalism before. Now it's everybody. And I think this may be the first time in my entire life I've ever been accused of being too humble. But I'm not being humble. I'm simply stating a fact. Once the idea is out there, once the genie has been released from the bottle, it's out. It's out. And so that's a good one. We need memes for the meme god. That's definitely going to be a future meme of the day. I mean, personally, I think the meme so far, that's my favorite meme. Yeah, we're going to have to get a shirt made for that, the blood for the blood god. That's so awesome. With the penguin. And his blood. Yeah, I do agree. It's probably time to talk to Steph about this. Yeah, my wife gets annoyed because I'm into otters. And that penguin, the bloody penguin. I love the bloody penguin. He's so awesome. I used to retweet that. I used to put it up and tweet that just for no reason at all. Just because I liked it. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, and that is of course. Actually, let me see if I can, I'm not going to show you, but that's, the good day, sir, is actually my permanent wallpaper on my computer. So, but yeah, and of course the Warhammer stuff is awesome. There's something There's something that is so funny. And so whoever said direct tweets are important too, that's something that we should get into. You know, the but the one where the Inquisitor is pointing to this steaming, smoking book, and says, it says here, you're a heretic. And I love sending that to reporters and stuff, because they'll say stuff, and they're trying to be all, they're trying to engage in their pseudo dialectic, and well, this various blah 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 blah. Then you send them that heretic meme. They will often even admit, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, what, And so, I mean, memes are fantastic because they go directly to rhetoric. They force you to learn how to use rhetoric. You cannot, I mean, you guys know when somebody is hopelessly hung up on the dialectic because they cannot meme to save their lives. They are come, we should do a meme that shows Democrats are the real racists. We can maybe point to the fact that the original Ku Klux Klan was Democrats, and Republicans were the ones who voted for the Civil Rights Act. I mean, good luck with that. I mean, frankly, that kind of makes me want to do a Dems are the real racists meme just to make fun of them because they're so bad. So, but I mean, a lot of us fell for the conservative crap, and a lot of us fell for the cucky crap, and all that sort of thing. I did back in the day. We all come to understand these things in our own time. It takes time, and that's why you shouldn't be too harsh on the normies. You shouldn't be too harsh on the civic nationalists. There's a reason why they are the way they are, and you have to be patient, and you have to help them grasp reality as it comes. And so I think there's a lot of former libertarians in the alt-right and the new right. And so, and the thing is, you just have to, like with rhetoric, you just have to learn what works. Mike talks about that again in this book. In MAGA Mindset, he talks about the importance of A/B testing. Don't get hung up on it. That's one of the problems that the alt-right has, and especially the alt-right, is that they have no rhetorical flexibility. They get hung up on their on their one meme, on their one bit of rhetoric, and then they just keep pushing it. I've had, I mean, it's kind of funny because I've had so many conversations with guys about the irrelevance of white nationalism to Europe, the poor rhetoric of white genocide, and all that sort of stuff. And they just want to keep, they don't care. They just want to keep doing what they're doing, and that's fine. I'm by no means telling them what to do. In both these cases, I'm simply answering questions. When people got really upset at me, they're like, "You're punching right." When I was criticizing the rhetorical impact of white genocide, and I said, "You asked me to criticize it. You literally said, what do you think of the rhetorical value of white genocide?" I said, I think it's modest at best. It's not very effective. Oh, how can you say it's not effective because this is, blah, 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 I said, look, everything that you just said was dialectic. Everything you said was pure dialectic. Yeah, I mean, the alt-right and even the alt-right have their place. They do push the Overton window and that sort of stuff. But there are more, what I'm saying is that not only are there more effective memes out there, but yeah, like you guys have been saying, you don't marry a meme. The best memes are those that go viral. The alt-right, that's the white nationalist aspect of the alt-right. It's mostly American. All I'm saying, I mean, think about it. Okay, so a lot of you guys are signed up for Daily Meme Wars, right? What would you think if I kept sending you the same meme every day? If I kept sending you the same meme every day, would it be useful? Of course not. It's ridiculous. I mean, even if you change it, even if you were to change it, no, of course that's not it. That's the whole point. That would be ridiculous. That would be stupid. I already have 4 memes lined up to go for the next 4 days. You don't do variations on the same theme or whatever. I mean, yeah, we're going to hit CNN a few more times just because CNN is still relevant and fresh. But yeah, they have to be fresh. They have to be new. I mean, the meme today, the first one, what was it about? No, it wasn't CNN. What was it about? Those of you who are, yeah, it was about Russia and the Trump Jr. thing. And the fact that it looks like it might have been a DNC sting thing. Now that one's a little bit complicated. That's fine. Sometimes they're going to be simple. Sometimes they'll be a little more complicated. But the point is, tomorrow is not going to be a variation on that. I promise you that. It's going to be completely different. Every day, it's going to be completely different. And maybe what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do, go ahead and share your thoughts on this, but we're going to do a meme a day and during the weekday. And then on the weekend, what I'll probably do is I'll probably send something out on Saturday and just let people vote on whatever was the best one of the week. And I'll also report on how they did. And so, because there's not really much point in, maybe we'll end up memeing 7 days a week. I don't know. That seems a little crazy to me. But, if we have enough memes and if you guys have enough energy for it, actually, that's a good question. What do you guys think? Just answer with a number. Do you prefer 5 days a week or 7 days a week for this? Those of you who are actually a part of it. If you're not part of it, don't express your opinion. I'm seeing a lot of 5s. Now the 7s are coming in. Okay, it looks like 5 is a good way. It looks like 5 is a good way to do it. I think we'll. People are submitting memes. I will see them. That's not the issue. It's not an issue that we'll have enough. It's just that I think it's important for people to be able to have breaks built in. Otherwise, it just becomes too much. Now, yeah, obviously, if the news if the news cycle requires it, if something big happens on the weekend and there's a great meme, obviously we're going to hit it, right? Yeah, a meme is the context in which we're speaking. A meme is a visual, a piece of visual rhetoric. And so it's something that communicates one small piece of information in a manner that is meant to emotionally manipulate the receiver. And so, and what we're doing here, what we're building, is basically a megaphone large enough to break the media narrative. We're not there yet. We're not even close to there yet. We probably need to get to around 10,000 people that are taking part in it before it starts to really become reliably impactful. But we're already at the point now where we can force multiply successful stuff. You know, so if Cernovich does something, if Molyneux does something, we can back them up fast. And so, and that's where it's going to get very interesting too. And I hope that you guys follow, understand this, is that when stuff begins to, yeah, exactly. This is going to evolve into basically meme special forces. And so, do memes have so much power because they encapsulate unedible? No. The reason that they have so much power is because it's impossible to debate them, and it's actually very difficult to criticize them. You can't, we saw what happened when Hillary tried to attack a meme. She just looked foolish. She looked crazy. You didn't get the email today. Email me your email and I'll double check. Although nothing bounced, so it's probably in your spam filter or something. So, yeah, I mean, the only way it's true. I mean, in some ways, memetics are the purest form of debate. So, if you want to beat a meme, I mean, memes are pure offense. There is no defense against them. So the only way that you can beat them is to meme better and meme harder. And so, don't worry about signing up late. I mean, we're doing this every day. I already have tomorrow's email set up and ready to go. Tomorrow morning, I'll hit there. My tips for a good meme is keep it simple. Start very, very simple. Just get one concept across, one point. What I sent out today was a little bit more complex. This is fourth generation rhetoric, literally. And so, but what you need to do is you basically need to clearly identify the target. Make sure that you understand what concept you're getting across. Keep it simple, keep it clear, and do not make it wordy. It's got to be, you don't want to, it should not be something that requires any significant thought to understand. Ideally, you would understand it the minute that the moment that you look at it. And the more that you keep it that way, the more effective it's going to be. So, and it's not, and here's the thing, some of you keep bringing it up in the sense of provocation. That's not really correct. That's how it's been used quite a bit by the effective meme magic guys in the alt-right. But that's not necessarily relevant. It can be instructional. This is the thing that you guys probably don't know if you weren't in Gamergate. Most of our memes were inspirational. Basically, there's memes that are designed to provoke. There's memes that are designed to inspire. There's memes that are designed to demoralize the other side. And then there's memes that do both. Morale is all important. Gamergate succeeded because it had exceptionally high morale and because we were able to prevent the glory hounds from taking control of anything. And because left Gamergate and right Gamergate was able to set their differences aside. We had nothing in common, except we all hated the game journals and we all liked to play video games. So, if you want to learn more about Gamergate, read SJWs Always Lie. And so, I feel, maybe we do need to take it to Facebook at some point in time. But it's not. There's a whole chapter on Gamergate, as well as, if you're involved, if you're involved in this, I would highly recommend that you read this book, my book, SJWs Always Lie. You can see that it's actually, well, I guess you can't see it there, but I can show you the picture here. There's a whole section on Gamergate. I'm trying to find the cartoon. Here we go. It actually documents the whole thing. Here you go. I don't know if you can see that very well. Do you see the cartoon? Those are a lot of the figures, characters, individuals from Gamergate. So there's Mercedes, there's Milo, there's Ralph Retort, and then there's video game characters, Sargon of Akkad, Space Bunny, all kinds of stuff, crazy stuff. And so there's even me. Although a lot of people didn't realize it, they didn't recognize the mask, which, by the way, you can actually see. A friend of mine in Venice actually went and got the mask made, which is pretty cool. So a little souvenir from the Gamergate Wars. But the other important thing about SJWs Always Lie, in addition to the chapter on Gamergate, is it has a whole chapter on dialectic and rhetoric. And it explains the difference between dialectic and rhetoric. It explains why you have to understand that some people communicate one way, other people communicate the other. Memes are primarily focused on rhetoric. Actually, I think the Chuck Tingle, which Chuck Tingle Facebook account? Because I think I ended up with it. if it's Charles Tingle, that's actually my Facebook account. So don't ask how that happened. Anyhow, that's all I've got. But if you're one of the folks that is engaged in the meme wars, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's mine then. I have no idea why it sent you a friend request. I don't recall sending out any friend requests, so I have no idea. I don't answer questions about who I am. You should know that by now. So, no, it's fine. But anyhow, so have a good evening. Check your email tomorrow morning for day 2 of the Daily Meme Wars, and I will look forward to seeing you all again soon. Have a good night.